And we are underway in the first of our women's 5,000 metre races for this evening. So to read out your competitors from 1 to 21. With hip number 1, we have Deanne Jackson. Number 2 is Claire Vincent. Number 3, Ippolita Tersigni. Number 4 is Alison Ezrat. Number 5, Chloe Phelan. Number 6, Rebecca Wilkinson. Number 7, Chloe Coleman. Number 8, Sophie Clark. Number 9, Marissa Ferguson. Number 10, Claudia Brick. Number 11, Bree Bryant. Number 12, Jasmine Volmer. Number 13, Rebecca Gilmore. Number 14, Julianne Undrill. Number 15, Grace Mueller. 16 is Elena Thode Mingjuet. Number 17, Melissa Cullen. 18, Genevieve String. 19, Lauren Burnham. 20, Claire Ryan. And to round out the field of 21 in the first of our women's 5,000 metre races this evening is Katrina Winger. And we would expect, as the athletes do get around in these 12.5 laps, for them to spread out quite a bit, with PBs ranging between 17.5 and 23.5 minutes, with Burnham in the lead of the 21 athletes as they start to string out across George Knott Reserve Athletics track here. So coming through Burnham, Phelan, Jackson are your 1, 2, 3 after 1.5 laps of this 12.5 lap. And Claudia Brick in the mix as well. So as we said, times ranging from 17.5 to 23.5 minutes. In this event, 17.5 we'll be hoping to go through in about 1:25 per lap. So just shy of that at the moment as they go through 800 metres, probably around the 18-minute mark at this point. And as predicted, the athletes start to string out, forming a couple of mini packs, 4 up the front, a couple in no man's land, and then another 5 or 6 bunched behind as they start to settle in as we're approaching the 1 kilometre mark. So Burnham, Phelan, Brick, Ferguson, Volmer are your top 5 as they go through the first K in 3:43. So 18:40 pace at this point would be a PB for a number of these athletes in that front pack. Burnham, the triathlete, having a PB or seed time of 19:10, leading the way around after they go 3 laps. And we, of course, encourage all spectators to come out onto the track and cheer on the athletes. As we're 3 laps down, Burnham, Phelan, Brick and Ferguson are your 1, 2, 3, 4, and Volmer makes up the 5. So spectators are encouraged to come out onto the track behind the bunting and encourage all the athletes round. Pretty tough, this 12.5 lap journey. So no changes in the lead so far. Burnham, Phelan, Brick and Ferguson is still your 1, 2, 3, 4, ticking lap after lap at sub 19-minute pace. It'd be a PB for Burnham. It would be a PB for Phelan. And it would be a PB for Brick and Ferguson to crack that 19-minute barrier. Volmer having a strong run in 5th position with seed time in 19:45, well on track for a huge PB here tonight. We see Tzinski, Jackson, Undrill, Winger all coming through with 8 laps to go. And coming up to the 2 kilometre mark, we'll get a bit of a read on pace. And 7:20 for the first 2Ks for the leading women. So 17:10, pretty much 19 or 18 minutes on the nose. And will we see a bit of a lead change at the head of the field? Is Chloe Phelan stalking, just waiting to take the lead as she almost moves into lane 2. They've been 1, 2, 3, 4 now for 5.5 laps. We see a bit of toing and throwing back further in the field and at the head of the race. And Phelan, all of a sudden, passing a few athletes in lane 2 and just goes bang, 10-metre lead instantly ahead of Burnham, Brick and Ferguson. So Phelan well and truly making this race her own. And pretty cool to have an Olympic gold medalist in Bree Bryant in this race as well. So watch her tick around with hip number 11 through this 12.5 laps here at the Collingwood Classic. As we look to the head of the field, Chloe Phelan in the Williamstown Athletics Club colours coming through with 6 laps to go. And all of a sudden in 1 lap gained a lead of about 40 metres on her competitors in Lauren Burnham, Claudia Brick and Marissa Ferguson. So Phelan only increasing her lead. Brick, Ferguson, and Volmer. Brick, Ferguson, and Burnham. Still in a bit of a train, 1, 2, 3. Volmer holding her position about the same distance behind, but Phelan just extending her lead. She's gone from 10 metres to 40 metres. Now it's about 80 metres. She was just waiting. Now with about 5 laps to go. It's a time trial from here. See how fast she can get and how far under her PB of 19:07 she can go.
So 10:49 strikes the clock at 3K for Thielen, who, as Mick so mentioned, just seems to be extending away and looking so comfortable doing so as well. Inside of the track on the rail, Burnham now moving through as well, Ferguson. So these two might work off each other. Ferguson now moves right around that shoulder. And Brick just sitting back on that pack there. So Volmer in no woman's land at the moment. Her Vigor teammate not too far behind either. It's Mueller leading it out here from Winger. As well on the back of this pack is Claire Vincent. So this big group will make their way through now. Thielen out in front though, and putting on a dominant display here in the women's C5000. It'll be one of 2 5,000 metre races here tonight for the women. The A race later on in the scheduling here at Collingwood, at the Collingwood Classic. And coming up very shortly, we'll have another men's 5,000 followed by the 2x2 by 800. And then the elite race walking mile. We don't see that event on the track all too often, so great to see that down here at Collingwood. It's Thielen out in front though, turning our attention back to the track. And just looks so comfortable going through as well. So Chloe Thielen, it's 19:07 is her seed time for Chloe Thielen. So she is well and truly under that pace at the moment. She's been quite handy to begin this 2023-2024 season. A Milers Club 3K to her name to kick things off. Impressive in that. And showing up again here in the 5,000. So moving through Burnham. In front of her, Ferguson, then back to Volmer, and then Brick behind there. So these four were a group glued together at one point. They've now started to separate and find their own feet. To Signey coming through now as well. And followed here goes Mueller, and then back to Winger. These two, the Yarra Rangers athletes, you would assume have done some running with one another before. So we're moving through here, this bigger pack. Now coming through the start-finish line was Gilmore as well. So Thielen's still out in front. And quite a sizable gap as well. So a sub-18 runner is Phelan. So Chloe Phelan now just getting to work here solo. One of the harder ways to run a distance race. But Chloe Phelan making it look quite effortless, it must be said. So impressive from the young athlete. She's gapped it out to about 140 odd metres to the eye. The rest of this group now comes through. Marissa Ferguson. She leads out a group behind her there. And these two just trying to stay on the hot heels of Ferguson, who was sitting in the middle of that pack early, toward the back of it as well, through stages. It looks like Volmer's going to try and go with it. So too Burnham, Brick now as well. But impressive racing there, it must be said, from Marissa Ferguson. So too Tresigny. She makes her way through the start-finish line as well. So 14:27 it is on the clock. 14:30 even we'll give it. Moving through nicely is Mueller, right on her shoulder, Winger. So these two won't spot each other much, you wouldn't think. And as mentioned, Bree Bryant through here now as well. So They'll come through here. All eyes is on the early race leader, and she should be the first finisher as well in Phelan. So Chloe Phelan of Williamstown. She'll move right on around. She's out in front by herself. So when she comes down to this next start-finish line, that'll be the belt for Chloe Phelan. This group has changed shape once again. Jasmine Vollmer has leapt out of the pack, and she's put herself in a position to be sitting second. So Vollmer was off the pack for a while as well, it must be said. And she's now really started to assert herself into this race. So she moves past Ferguson. So too Lauren Burnham. So Ferguson and Burnham have been close together. Vollmer, the new one to join in and amongst that. Brick now moves through. And behind here is Ter Signy, who again is just picking up that cadence of Brick. Would have been mindful of her in front and just trying to pick up the rhythm and trying to take her mind off what's ahead of her here. From the Yarra Rangers, it's Mueller. Back to Winger, and this big pack coming through. So entering the home straight now is Chloe Phelan. She's your race leader, and she'll finish out in lane number 3 in a lapse time. She'll hear the sound of the bell very shortly. 17:39, a personal best for our athlete from Williamstown, and she's been out by herself. So here's the bell for Chloe Phelan. 16:30 it is, so she'll be just outside of that personal best marker of 17:39. And at that 200-metre marker point now, moving on through is Vollmer, back to Ferguson. And following there is Burnham. So that's the order, 2, 3, 4. Chloe Phelan, though, enters the back straight. 300 metres remaining here in this 5,000-metre event. Vollmer, Burnham, and this group been working well together. Marissa Ferguson separate those two. So 17:08 it is here now. Jasmine Vollmer, she's got a 19:45 to her name. So she'll have 90 seconds to get under her personal best. So too Ferguson. And now Burnham as well. So they're all around that personal best marker. In fact, underneath it, it's Ter Signy who now moves through into 5th. And this pack has chopped and changed and altered all the way through. But into the home straight now in lane number 3 is Chloe Phelan from Williamstown. It was a 17:38 was the personal best. She'll be just outside of it. Massive round of applause here for Chloe Phelan, who will finish off her 5,000-metre event underneath the 18-minute marker again. Big congratulations to Chloe. A dominant performance over the back stages of that 5,000-metre event. And as the rest of this field now will come down, don't be afraid to get over to that Puma tent as well in the middle of the track. Try on some new shoes, the new kit, new everything. You can't buy them, but you can try them on. And you can just see how much you love their kit. So entering into this home straight now is Jasmine Vollmer. And she'll be the second one across the line at this stage. Out into lane number 3 for all our finishers here is Jasmine Vollmer. And so the time next to her name was 19:45. 19:45 the PB for Vollmer, and she'll go, wow, geez, she's absolutely smoked it. 18:47 is the time, which is great racing. To Signy as well through 18:54. Jeez, it is absolutely cracking. It says it's on. On now, the rest of our finishers will come through. Grace Mueller comes through 19:14. There's now a big group of women come through and finish this off. Under 19:30, all these women rolling through now. 27, 28. Hear the bell for some more. But phenomenal racing here in the Women's C5000. A big group under that 19:30 marker, which would be a massive PB for just about all of them. And Julianne Undrell, she'll come down to finish off her 5,000. Out in lane 3 to finish. Some big kickdowns here to kick it off. And a good finish there from Xing. She'll go just over the 20-minute marker. 20:01 unofficially. We'll hear the sound of the bell here for the remainder of our women's C5000. And if you do want to get closer to the track and you don't want to watch on the grass or wherever it is you're watching from, feel free to come down to these ropes right here and get in and amongst it. Men's B5000 after, 2x2 by 800, the elite mile race walk, and all the results available on the ASVIC Results Hub as well for all of you here and those at home, because we are on the live stream. Big shout out to Athletics Exclusive for putting that on again. Doing the absolute best is Lockie Rayner and Athletics Exclusive. As the rest of the field now, they'll come down very shortly to finish off their 5,000 metres. And great racing amongst them all. The final lap now. And great finish here as well for Thode Minguet. So just over 21 minutes it is to kick it off. So if you are running in this men's B5000 as well, do make your way down to this start-finish line.
I'm glad you said that and not the start line.
So we'll finish it off now. Well done to Claire Vincent, who rounds it out. 21:50, just underneath. Well under 22:06, it must be said. So well done to Claire Vincent. Okay. So one more remaining out here for this women's C5000 men's B. Down to the start-finish line. If you're kicking around, eating a sausage, whatever you're doing up there, come down to the start-finish line. I'm sure that sausage will feel amazing over this 5,000 metres. One more competitor left on the track in the women's C5000. And she'll round out her 12.5 lap journey here at Collingwood for a lovely Thursday evening in this women's C5000 metres. A good kick down finish as well. And that'll round it out here. Great racing, 22:45. Sees it out in the women's C5000. Our men's B5000. If you're not down here now, do make your way down to the start-finish line.